Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the New World Symphony number 9, movement 4 for the cello. This is an arrangement by Deborah Baker Monday. This is a pretty ambitious cello part that I'm choosing for you guys, and I want you just to take a look at it slowly while we're at home. And not rush. I'm going to walk you through some of these fingerings that I've got going on here. Tempo is marked at 132. We are way below that. I've got my metronome somewhere between 90 and 100. And I'm just going to walk you through section by section that, like the tough spots. All right, so from the very beginning, we're going to start out in second positions. So if your second finger is on red, first finger is right behind it, that would be B, right? So you've got B and C. We're doing your retakes there. We're doing our accents. Now from here, we're going to do something a little interesting. We're going to play. So same thing for the first 4 notes. Then we're going to go 1, 3, and do our chromatic notes like that in second position. Then at measures 5, you're going to shift up a half step, and your first finger is now on red, which is C. Okay, and you're going to play. You're not going to play this note. You're just going to use it as an anchor. You're going to put your second finger there and your fourth finger down, and basically a homie 2 pattern actually doesn't really matter because you're thinking in half steps. So if you just put your fingers down in half steps, that's where you're going to find the D sharp and the C sharp. Then you're going to go to first position as normal. So let me just play that little section again. So there's that opening theme, which you might think sounds a little bit like Jaws, which you would be right, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit more on the historical side of it. Now, the cellos have the very, very biggest theme in this piece. So I want you to enjoy it and work really, really hard on it because this is your moment to shine, okay? I'm just going to walk you through it, but we're going to do it in pieces here. So the beginning, basically, it's the whole little melody, and then this last little bit at measure 13 and 14, which is tricky. So the first part, measure 7, is pretty simple. Start in 4th position. First finger is on yellow, which is E. Follow the bowing. Shift. Okay, so that much should be fairly simple. We've got the dots and the dashes on our hooked up bows, and that basically means that they're trying to describe a length of the note within the hook. So basically, I just put a little space in it, like you heard me play it. Now here's the interesting part. We're here on our first finger. That's pretty simple. So 4, 1, 4. Now we're going to shift. I'm going to take our first 2 fingers. I'm going to notice where my first finger arrives on my harmonic note there, which is A. But I'm going to put my first finger there, and I'm going to have my second finger already in place. That's the note I'm looking for. I'm going to shift. I'm not going to take my thumb out. I'm going to leave my thumb there. I'm going to come back. 4th finger. Sorry, is it 3rd finger? Sorry, I have to. And you should memorize this, which is what I'm trying to do, and not look at the music. Little miss that. Until you can get high enough on that shift. And what I would do is I would put your drone on that note. So you get that note in your head. And you notice you're coming back to a B. So I'm always a little flat. What helps is to get that elbow around. Okay, so bring that elbow forward as you're going to that for that shift, and that's really going to help that little section. Okay, the next little event, if we were thinking like Olympics, would be this little thing at measure 23. We're going to do a little half step shift into second position. So here's measure 23. Shift here. Open hand position. Same thing. Okay, so just if you just get yourself up just to C natural, and then do your open hand position, you should be fine on that. Then coming up around, coming up to measure 41, but I'm not at 41. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4 bars before 31. This articulation. Sorry. So, okay, so that those two up bows before 41. Make sure you get that clear. Then 41, we're just playing, they could have written quarter notes with dots, but the same thing, we want to make them short. And I'm using second finger because I'm going to need it over here. Sorry. Okay, so just make sure that you're using your second fingers on that. Sorry, that didn't sound too great, but I'm going to leave it because, you know, all this editing is killing me. Okay, and then the next little event is going to be 2 bars before 62, or measure 60. We've got this little diminished arpeggio, which is, it's pretty gnarly. It's not too bad. I'm going to change the fingering from what's printed. You're going to start with an open string and have your finger hovering over B flat. So you've now shifted a half step. You're going to just play a regular fourth finger where it would normally land, as if you were playing homey. Then you're going to come back, first finger in first position. Then back another half step. Then shift. And you end on the F sharp. So what that looks like is we're just playing these fourths. Well, we're going to call them, they're thirds, but they're going to feel like, you know, 1, 4, 1, 4. Okay, so one more time. And that's a really long note, so you really, really want to hold on to that. So just carefully map out where your 2 whole steps are going to be in your hand, okay? And take that slowly, and you should be okay. The next is a solo for several bars, and I think everybody should try to play the solo because it's fun. It does have a homey the fifth in it where you have to block across the strings. I would block that. You know, we could talk to cellists, but I think the most efficient thing would be to try and block that. Again, your finger's going to be pretty much like a pancake trying to cover those fingers. And then when the pattern changes, okay, then do the same thing with your second finger. All right, now over here on measure 78, this is the nasty little one, and I'm not great at this, but these are the notes. We're going to play D sharp, which is, again, second position up. So we're up a half step from our normal first finger. We're going to find that fourth finger, which is going to land naturally on F sharp. So, and then we're just going to do a tunnel and play open G. Then come back to first position. Now here's the hard part where you have to reach and find that F sharp. So look something like this. Then I would stay there, use second finger because you're already in the extended open hand position. And then just go the same thing, moving on. Now in that bar, this is measure 80, I'm using third finger to play that B. So watch again. Okay, so just make sure that you've now sort of morphed back into your closed hand position. And then, this you're going to open extend for D sharp, C natural, then you should be home free. This is non-divisi. I'm playing both my strings and I'm in half position. I'm going to go directly to the E flat. I'm going to use my second finger for E natural because I'm coming right back to it, okay? So that's going to give you that. Then just make sure at measure 97, these are measured. This is not a tremolo. So do to data, do to data, do to data, right? It's not this. It's not that, okay? Measure. Okay? And then when we get to the menomoso y maestoso, okay, meaning less motion and majestically, we're going to get back into fourth position. Really slow. You're going to divide here, so upper person plays the top note, bottom person plays the bottom note. And then when you get to 108, then you may tremolo. Okay, and the rest should be self-explanatory. Okay, folks, this is a really, really tricky cello part. It's tricky for all the instruments, so I just want to see how folks chew on it and see what we sound like when we get back and in the fall, and we will tackle this together. All right, guys, stay safe, have fun, and listen to a little New World Symphony by Dvorak. The real one's awesome. Take care, guys.